what old LeBron James is up to. So we all know about the China. We all know about the whole China thing. Been talking about it on this show. Been talking about it on ROTC. I mean, I've become kind of obsessed. We all know what happened with the NBA. One of the owners spoke out, or managers, or whatever, spoke out against the Hong Kong thing, and they made him delete his tweets and whatever, and all this stuff. And it was right before the NBA had a game in a preseason game in China. So LeBron James, remember the same LeBron James, the same LeBron James that will never miss a moment to say Orange Cheeto Man is bad, that Drumpfity Drumpf is a real Drumpf. The same one who thinks that if I win the finals, I'm not going to the White House. Don't worry, LeBron. You're not going to win another finals, so you don't have to worry about that. Has some opinions about China.
We all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications.
We all have freedom of speech, but the rallying cry of the coward. The rallying cry of the coward. We all have freedom of speech, but no, we all have freedom of speech, period. And the ramifications, the only ramifications, you fucking basketball player, the only ramifications are guy from Cleveland who never went to college, that guy who can't even say sentences correctly. The only ramifications are you are going to make less money. The NBA will make less money because somebody says, hey, I don't think China harvesting organs and trying to kill their own people is really cool, and maybe we shouldn't be doing business with them. You piece of shit. So we'll play the clip. I'm going to try to play the whole clip and then we'll analyze it. It's only 45 seconds.
We all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself. So
when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself. Sorry, I know I was going to try to get through the clip, but I have to address this. You're the one only thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about the people, by the way, in Hong Kong who also buy your fucking shoes and jerseys, you fuck ass. You fucking asshole. You faggot. Just because your fucking shoes are made in a Chinese factory that has fucking suicide nets outside doesn't mean you have to pander to them, you piece of human fucking garbage. How fucking dare you? How dare you? How dare you? I should be in China playing basketball. How dare you? How dare you? You have stolen my shoe sales. How dare you? Fuck you, LeBron. Fuck you. Maybe the people that are talking about this are speaking up for other people, you piece of shit, you fucking commie-loving asshole. Well, you could say whatever you want about Drumpfity Drumpf. This is the same fucking NBA. They said they wouldn't play in, was it North Carolina? Because of their bathroom bill that they passed, and men have to use the men's bathroom, regardless of what you identify as. This is the same NBA that said they wouldn't play there. Is that what I'm to understand? You piece of shit. You fucking phony. You goddamn has-been. See what happens when you don't have a fucking dream team around you? You fucking loser. You lose, you loser. I know Jordan, sir, and you're no Michael Jordan.
I don't believe. I don't want to get into a word or sentence.
A war of word or sentence. You illiterate fuck. How dare you, you illiterate fuck.
Feud with Daryl. Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke. And
he wasn't educated, says the guy who never even went to college and went right to the NBA. He wasn't. I'm sorry. LeBron, but it doesn't take a lot of education to know what the fuck is happening in China. To sit there and fucking pretend. Like what's happening in China isn't a fucking human rights violation on the highest level. Now, look, I don't want to be, because you fucking hypocrite. I don't want to be called a hypocrite here, because let me just say, look, I for one firmly believe that we should let the Middle East handle themselves, let them handle their own shit, right? And of course, I am not saying that we should fucking send troops to China. That's retarded. Of course not. Of course we shouldn't. However, do you want to know what the difference is? I don't fucking see these teams pandering to Pakistan or Iraq or even fucking Turkey. They're not pandering to them. You are pandering to China, while on the same hand saying the atrocities going on in America are fine. Mr. LeBron James, Mr. Black Lives Matter, hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. At least when the cops shoot you here, they don't harvest your organs, you fuckface. There's literal re-education camps in that communist shithole. And you're pandering to them because they're the world's second biggest economy. That's why you're pandering to them. Soon to be first, if we go down this path. Soon to be first. That's why you care. You care where your shoes are made. You care where your money comes from. You care about your worldwide appeal. Uneducated? Listen to how you speak, good sir. You're the uneducated asshole. You're the uneducated one. You're the piece of shit. Fuck you, man.
So many people could have been harmed, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and we say and what we do, even though, yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative that comes with that too.
Last one.
Yeah, you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck what your tweets about Drumpity and his supporters. You don't care what negative connotation that has on their life, but you give a fuck about China. I don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares whether you could play a preseason game in China. Nobody cares if they didn't air the game. Nobody fucking cares but you money-hungry piece of shit. Fuck you. And now he's been trying to kind of backpedal it. He's been trying to here. Let me go to fucking King James. Let me go to King James' Twitter. Let me show you. He's been trying to backpedal this all goddamn evening. All goddamn evening. He says, let me clear up the confusion. There's no confusion, LeBron. You're confused. I do not believe there was any consideration for the consequences and ramifications of the tweet. I'm not discussing the substance. Others can talk about that. So wait a second. You're not discussing the substance. All of a sudden, you don't want to talk about it. Because at the end of the day, you are getting pissed at somebody for having their opinion about something fucking terrible that's happening in a country that you pander to, and that by the country that buys the most amount of fucking LeBron shoes and shit like that, and makes your shoes on top of all that. Next tweet by LeBron. My team in this league just went through a difficult... I'm really sorry. This makes me really fucking mad. My team in this league just went through a difficult week. You know who else went through a difficult week, you piece of fucking garbage? The 14-year-old kid that got shot for protesting by an undercover Chinese police officer, you piece of shit. He went through a bad week. You didn't.
When LeBron made the decision to go to Miami, he had a book titled Trout on his bookshelf. Better listen to him.
He fucking said his team had a difficult week. Oh, you didn't go back to your mansion, LeBron? You didn't go in your little mansion and drive your Lamborghini? Oh, no, you had a tough week. Fuck you, man. There's people literally fighting for their freedoms, holding our fucking flag, by the way. I've been watching the protest, holding our fucking flags, by the way. 1776ing themselves to fucking go, no, fuck you, leave us the fuck alone. And now you had a rough week? Oh no, the fucking Los Angeles Lakers and the National Basketball Association had a rough week, guys. They had a rough one. Oh boy. Oh no. How will they ever recover from the rough week? I think people need to understand what a tweet or statement can do to others, and I believe nobody stopped to consider what would happen. Could have waited a week to send it. Oh, according to LeBron, you need to wait a week to send your tweet so it doesn't affect your real basketball game. Oh no, it affected your real basketball game. I'm really fucking sick of these athletes thinking who the fuck they are. I really am. I really fucking am. You make a lot of money, and I understand why they make a lot of money. Supply and demand. We watch it. We buy their stuff. We like it. I get it. I've never even been one of those guys that go, oh, why do NBA athletes make so much money? And blah, blah. I'm not one of those people. I understand why. You get what you're worth, right? Fine with me. I have no issues with that. But again, regardless of the amount of money you make, you play with a ball all day. These people are literally fighting for their goddamn lives and their freedom. I mean, that's what it is. And look, I know some people get mad and whatever because they go on this. And I understand something that I have I'm very, what's the word? I'm very reactionary to this fucking defending communism bullshit. I am. And look, in real reason why is because, you know, my family is entirely Cuban. I've listened to my grandparents, all of them. I have heard what happens. I have heard what some of my family still live there is going. I know what they're going through. Like, I understand, maybe not firsthand, but at least secondhand, right? At least secondhand through a primary source, what goes on in communist countries. It's not fucking fun. It's not a fun thing. And when anybody's fighting for their fucking independence and when anyone's fighting for their shit without asking for us to send troops to defend them, or send troops over here. China hasn't asked us to fucking send troops and get into, Hong Kong hasn't asked us to send troops and get into a fucking land war with China. They just haven't. So when someone goes, hey, fuck you, man, you're not going to tell us what to fucking do. I'm sorry. But that's what I want from everybody who feels that they're under a regime that's oppressive. And now they're doing it? Fuck you. Fuck you, LeBron. Fuck you, NBA. Fuck you, anybody. Anybody who says, oh, we have free speech, but no, we have free speech. Period. How about this? Let me help you out. I'm going to replace the but. We have free speech, and you could go fuck yourself. How about that? How about instead of but, we have free speech and you could go fuck yourself, basketball man, guy who can't win without 3 other all-stars on his team? You know what Jordan's so smart? He keeps his goddamn mouth shut because he wants to sell his goddamn shoes. So fuck you. Fuck you. LeBron James. Fuck you, Blizzard, because Blizzard's another one that now that sorry, it's been a few days. Blizzard's another one that now they said, oh well, we are gonna give the guy his money. We've decided, out of the graciousness of our heart, we are gonna give this guy the money that he earned, because you know what, he earned it. He earned the money. And they said, you know what? To show you how good we are, not only are we going to do that, we're only going to suspend him for 6 months. We're only going to suspend him for 6 months. Oh, good. Fuck you, Blizzard, too. Fuck you. And they were making it impossible to delete your account, and they still are. Not enough. It's not enough, you pandering motherfuckers. Let me ask you a question, huh? Fucking Blizzard. Fucking. Oh, we're so woke. Agent 76 is actually gay in Overwatch. Hey, you know where Agent 76 isn't actually gay? If you play Overwatch, you know what I'm talking about. Basically, Blizzard made one of their characters in a shooting game where they don't really talk about who they're fucking for whatever reason, just to pander to us in America. They made one of their characters gay. You know where Agent 76 isn't a gay guy? In China. Why is that, Blizzard? You fucking phonies, you pieces of shit. Not to mention that Blizzard's first statement looks like it was Google translated from a Chinese statement. Not to mention that, in my opinion, the biggest sin of all is the president of Google has a goddamn ponytail. And that right there, that sets off red flags for me. Anytime a grown man has a ponytail, I'm really sorry if some of you have ponytails, but fucking cut them if you're a dude. They're fucking stupid. They look stupid. They make you look stupid. This guy right here. This guy right here. Bam. He's the fucking president of fucking Blizzard. Look at that male ponytail. That looks like a dude. Let me tell you something. That looks like a guy who has a folder on his computer that says totally not child pornography. That's all I'm gonna say. It's my opinion. The fucking, and remember, Blizzard says that we won't allow any talk of social justice or politics unless we can. This is great. Yes. So they says that they wouldn't allow any talks about social justice or controversial things. Somebody here took a screenshot of all the pro LGBT. Yeah, man. Gay marriage, dude. Fucking yeah, man. Fuck you. Fuck you, Blizzard, too. Fuck all of you. I'm really, what I mean, all of you. All of you that are pandering to China, fuck you. You're fucking losers. You're pieces of shit. And it's becoming transparent. And it makes every time these businesses virtue signal, every time these businesses tell you, Orange Man is bad, Cheeto Man is evil, whether you like Trump or not. This doesn't matter whether you like Trump. I'm not even fucking rah-rahing for Trump. That's not my point. But every time they tell you that one side is bad, that they're evil, that they don't care, these corporations, Blizzard was another one with the rainbow flag on their Blizzard, hey, we're gay, right? But not in China, right? Not in fucking China, because they don't put up with that shit, and you got to make your money, and you know where your money comes from. So, fuck you. So, bald dudes be hating on people with hair. No, good sir. I am bald. I'm been balding since I was 20. I do not hate. I am jealous of certain hair. For example, who's the dude that played Superman? Henry Cavill. That guy's a nice head of hair. Really, I am jealous. I will always admit, I wish I had a nice hairdo, right? A nice and some nice hair. I don't. That's what happens. I don't bitch. What are you gonna do? You bitch about it? You gonna cry about it? I'm talking about ponytails. Ponytails are fucking gay. And if you don't agree, you're gay. And if you don't agree, it's because you have a ponytail. Which, come on. Come on, Sticks. Really? We're going to keep that ponytail? We're going to keep that bad boy up? But yeah, I really am fucking sick. I'm fucking sick of this shit. I'm absolutely... Oh, and somebody else pointed this out, and I thought this was great. This is a tweet from about a year ago, a little over a year ago, from LeBron James himself. Why don't we read it? Why don't we read it together? Let's read this tweet together as a family. At King James. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Thank you, MLK. You know what? Maybe MLK didn't realize what his stuff would have done. Maybe he should have waited a week. I mean, some people got hurt in Alabama because of him. Someone even died, bro. Maybe MLK should have waited, dude. Fuck you, LeBron. You're a fucking phony, and you're a piece of shit. You piece of shit. And you should be reminded of what a fucking piece of shit you are every day of your goddamn life. These fucking companies all pandering to China, all just pandering away to fucking China. Apple taking down an app that was helping the Hong Kong protesters. Fuck you. Fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. I'm sorry, man. I know Dayway's supposed to be fun and stuff, but this shit really does get me fucking heated, dude. It really, really does. It gets me fucking heated. And you know what? Thank you for sending me this to me, and just so we could really just drive home a point here. There's gonna be no ROTC until Friday anyway, so fuck it. I could handle some of this stuff. Sorry if it's a little less fun, but I gotta talk about this shit because I can't get the poison out on ROTC. And this is actually true. Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision, which is Blizzard, has been linked to Jeffrey Epstein via Epstein's Little Black Book. That's super weird. Wow, that's a really weird thing, huh? That's a really weird thing, huh? Huh. Don't you worry, though. You keep pandering to China. China. Super weird, right? He does kind of look like Fozzie Bear. God damn it, you're right. He really does look like Fozzie Bear. I know people are afraid to name. They really are, and I don't give a fuck. You know what I found out, and I meant to tell you guys this, and this actually blew my mind. I mean, it's funny because I was hanging out with my buddy, Eric Fernandez in the chat. I was hanging out with him, and I didn't know this, and this actually blew my mind. There's a lot of people, more than I've even thought, that listen to ROTC, Revenge of the Sis, that listen to ROTC in China. And I've gotten a lot, not like a couple, a lot of messages from people going, hey, I'm in China. I use a Tor browser. I use a VPN, whatever. I listen to your guys' show. I was told by 3 separate people that our podcast is pretty popular, like in the Chinese black market of podcasting, which is weird to say, right? But they have to. They're censored there. And I thought that was you're right, but in China they call it LOTC. You're right. Hey, you know what, Dennis? You're right, and I apologize. So I just thought it was funny. I thought it was weird. Fernandez and Lopez sounds like the victims of an intoxicated MLB boating accident. Probably. I mean, they'll let anybody play for the Marlins now, right? I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, unaware of where that. Thanks, black market Chinese internet. Very cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Suffice to say that I probably won't ever be visiting China in my lifetime. I guess we could all. That's fine. I don't want to go to China anyway. You know, for what? Revenge of the Sis. You're right. Oh, fuck. God damn. Look. Man, I'm sorry I got all political. It was like the first 40 minutes of this show, so it was a lot. I might cut this clip up. I need to cut more Daywave clips up. I just never really have time. I usually spend most of my time cutting up the ROTC clips. Lois Lopez. Yeah, that's what they call me. Thank you, Ken of the North.
Good day.
Good morning, champion. Welcome back, Fook China and Rabrin.
It's very funny. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I like to speak to the manager of China. A bunch of Karens get locked up as political prisoners. Yeah, you can never come home. Cuban, Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees. Look at these. I've heard of this. And you know what I've seen a lot. I've seen this a lot, and I thought it was really interesting. I've seen a lot of the Jews are doing this to just put China under the bus. That way nobody notices them. Hey, you fuckers, you know there could be like more than one bad thing happening in the world, right? Like, you know that. Do I think that in a lot of ways? Of course, I think in a lot of ways it's really weird that Hollywood, for example, that's run by certain kinds of people, does pander to China. I find that really, really odd. Not odd, I guess expected at this point, but it's fucked up, right? That they're pandering to them. One thing being terrible doesn't mean something else isn't terrible. Two things can be terrible at once. You motherfuckers can't walk and chew gum? It's yeah. Well, I don't want to. Chinatowns are normally dirty in most cities. At least most cities I've been to, Chinatowns are mostly dirty. My working thing is to just blame Frozen Nation for everything I'm saying. That way he can never go to China. I don't know if you ever plan Frozen. I don't know if you ever plan to go to China, but I'm just blaming you for most stuff. Because let's be honest, you look more like a resistance member than I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this clip, I'm going to take the video down, I'm just going to put a picture of Frozen Asian up there and really just send it around and see what happens. I want to see if, look, I'm not saying Frozen's going to be a guinea pig. What I am saying is I'd prefer if he died than I die. So, I mean, whatever you want to call that, whatever the fuck you want to call that.